Hello guys, good morning. Welcome to the channel. So in the last two tutorials, we have seen how to configure Selenium with Java and how to configure Selenium with the Maven Java project. So now we are all set with the installation. Now let's start learning how to automate a browser. First, before launching our particular application under test, we should launch the browser. So Selenium supports multiple browser launch, means it supports Chrome, it supports MSH, it supports Firefox, Safari, Opera. It has all the drivers which you can use for automate all these browsers. So the mainly used browsers in an organization to launch their applications are either it will be a Chrome or a Internet Explorer or a Firefox driver in most of the cases. So we are going to see how to launch a Chrome, Internet Explorer, and Firefox. So now let's come to the Internet Explorer part. From 2022 June, it has been deprecated from Microsoft side. So all the organization started switching from Internet Explorer to Edge, Microsoft Edge. So in this tutorial, we will be seeing how to automate a Microsoft Edge driver as well. And the third one is Firefox driver. So Firefox is automated using a Gecko driver. So let's see, like if you see in the slide, we have two properties. One is set the property and launch the browser. So system.set property. So if you want to launch a Chrome driver, you need to initialize the webdriver.chrome driver and path of the driver. So what is this path of the driver? So in case if you want to automate a Chrome browser, so what you need to do is first you need to go to Chromium website and you need to download the Chrome driver based on your Chrome installation. And the second is msh. The same way, like you need to launch the developer.microsoft.com. Here you will get the Edge driver for all the versions of msh. So whatever the version installed, in case if you see here, in case if you see the version of Microsoft Edge, just go here and see it is 105.190.1 updates. So I need to download this guy, 86 or 64, whatever the version of browser you're using. And the third one is Gecko driver. It's the same. Just go to this GitHub path and download this driver. So the driver download path is done. So now you need to place the driver in a particular directory. So I advise you place the driver in your project directory and just use system.get property user.directory. Why I advise this is in case if you're sharing this project with someone else in your team. So what happens is if you have a physical path, the drive or label or the position will change and the script won't work for that guy. If you use system.get property and he is also going to save the driver in the project path, so no change needed from his side. So yeah, I always advise you people to use this one and advise you to paste the driver always in the project driver folder. In worst case scenario, in case in an organization you are not able to take this from a network path, then you need to place the drivers in the C drive. In that case, you need to hard code the whole path. There's no other option. So now we learned how to set the property for Chrome, Edge, and Gecko. Let's go for the example. And one more good news for all of people, like up to Selenium 4.6, we have to go and download the driver and update the driver whenever needed. or else you need to configure a WebDriver manager. From Selenium 4.6, you no need to download the driver or you no need to set the property. Selenium itself will do the job for you. That's what we are going to see in the practical side. Let's start, guys. So already we know how to configure a Selenium A1 project. So already we have configured the same. So now I created a function where I will pass which browser type I wanted to automate. In this example, just for an example, I wanted to show you people how to launch Chrome, how to launch Edge, and how to launch Firefox. I always advise you people to create a function for this purpose because if you are writing a piece of code in all your classes, then there is no code reusability and your project will look vague. So I always advise you people to create a function. So in this case, I have created a launch browser function and browser type is a parameter which I am passing from the main class. So why I'm doing like this is in future we will be seeing like how to create a hybrid framework on top of this all this function. So the basement for hybrid framework is the structured way of creating a function for application and also the utility functions. So here it's a if else if loop. So always it comes and checks the browser type. If it's not matches, it comes down. So I commented the system.setProperty line because I am using a Selenium version of 4.10.0. So for this, I no need to explicitly set the path. The same for all these things. In case if you are using the version before 4.6, then you need to use this and you need to place all the drivers in the driver folder as I am showing you here. Chrome driver for Chrome launch, Gecko driver for Firefox launch, MSH driver for MSH launch. So once you send the Chrome here, it comes and initialize the driver. So our driver is launched. So now what I'm doing is driver.get. This already we have seen to launch any URL or an web application. You can use driver.get or driver.navigate to. Here I use driver.get. So this thread.sleep will put the whole package, whole function rest for 4 seconds. Why I kept here is like I wanted you people to see how exactly the framework works. If I didn't keep this, so there won't be there will be a milliseconds time. Immediately this statement will close the browser. Okay guys, I will show you a practical example like in case first Chrome. I passed this Chrome. Let's run and check what's going to happen. Here you go guys. So Chrome has launched and it's closed. So our Chrome driver installation is working perfect. Now let's try Edge. It launched Edge and it launched our URL and it closed it. So Edge installation is perfect and it's working fine as well. Let's see Firefox work. Nice. So Firefox launch also working fine for us. So the first step, how to automate browser tutorial is done. So now you people will be able to launch your application to test on any of these three browsers. In future, I'll show you how to configure or pass these values as a parameter from a file or an Excel. We will see it in the upcoming tutorial. Let's continue with the second topic. So now we launched the browser. The second step is you need to automate your application in case, for example, in this is your application test. So you want to log in. So the first step is you need to identify the elements and give Selenium. Tell Selenium the information. This is the attribute. This is the property. Go and enter this value. So, so we have Selenium locators, ID, name, class name, link text, partial link test, tag name, CSS selector, XPath. So all these values, we have it inside our DOM structure. Just in fact, you can see this is our element DOM structure. Now I will explain you people how to identify each and every element and the same how you will automate. So the first locator is, if you see, it's ID. So it's been always advised ID should be unique throughout the application, but it's again depends on the development side. So always try to use ID if ID is available. We'll see like how to use IDs if there is how to use regular expression in case even if the ID is not unique in the upcoming topic. So now the first one is ID attribute to identify the web element. Let's take an example here. So this is the username. Just inspect it or click on F12 in the to go to the developer tools. In case if you want to go to some other element, just select this icon and click on this. It goes to the particular tag. Now let's stay with the username. Now if you see in this tag, you have a class, you have a ID, you have name. So in this example, I took this username. So you just copy this username and come to our project and place it inside the ID tag. And the second example is name. Since I utilized ID for username, let's go with the password field. Just click on it, click on this icon. Now the name is password. So just copy this and come here and enter. Class name, we'll discuss it afterwards because that I have used inside this application. And the third one I used is XPath, XPath of login button. So XPath is not something which you find it here. You need to create XPath, nothing but an XML path. Means that element where the element locates, go and find it. For example, just click on Control F. So in this case, I want to click the input button. We'll see details about XPath in the upcoming tutorial. So now I'll just show the XPath how you'll write. So the first one is the input tag, which tag has been used, and the second is at, which attribute you are using. I'm going to use ID, and the third one is the ID value. It's login button. So So this is how XPath is built. XPath and CSS selector both are built by ourselves using the attribute available in the DOM structure. Okay, let's log in. Okay. So the third one is class name. Class name. Shopping cart link. This is the class name which I used. If you see here, just copy the shopping cart link. And link text. Link text is nothing but a text available in the hyperlinks. In case this is a hyperlink. So link text means you need to pass the whole link text. Example in this case is it is Sauce Labs backpack. So I have given the whole link text. In case if you know only the partial link text, then you can go with partial link text that I have taken from here. If you see here, the whole link text is Sauce Lab Bike Light. So I just took Bike Light and configured the partial link text. We'll see all these things with that exact example which I have configured here. I'll show it in the Eclipse and also in the browser. As of now, focus on how to identify the elements on the DOM structure because it's very much important to identify the elements before we start with automation. And in future, we will see how we can configure all these elements in a page factory or page object model or in a separate property file. So the sixth one is a tag name. So in case the tag name I have taken, so there will be more than one element of the tag name A. So we'll see like how exactly like it works and CSS selector, and we will see deep about CSS selector in the upcoming tutorial. As of now, you just understand the tags. Means like if it is a button, here I took the example of a button in a page. Example in this case, this button is nothing but this one. If we inspect, you can see it's a button and the ID is back to product. So if you're using an ID, you need to use a hashtag button hashtag and you need to pass the ID value. If it's a text or something else, we'll see how to configure in the CSS selector in the upcoming tutorial. Okay, let's see the practical example. How I have configured all these elements in our framework, in our project. So here you go, guys. So the first step that you already know, launch a browser. Now I am going to use Chrome browser. It is a Chrome browser. Driver.get will launch this URL. This is the function I have created. It will log into the particular web page. So the first line, 45th line. What I'm doing, I already know the ID. I passed it. Send the keys. Send the keys is used to input inside the text box. If it's a text box, you can use send keys to pass the value. Not only it's used to input the value, in future we'll see like how we can use the send keys for actions as well. And 46th line, since I want you people to see the delay, first one is implicit wait and 47th is Java's inbuilt wait. We'll see about waits in the upcoming tutorial. Please focus only on the locators. So the name one already I showed you people how to can take it from the page. I collected and this is the password. If you want to do a demo, this is a demo website you can use. I'll give you in the link. And this already we have seen login button. So what exactly this three statement does? It goes to the website, enter the username, enter the password, clicks on the login button. Now you will be in the product page. So click on link text. This command what it will do? we click on this. Then I clicked on back to products. Then I used partial link test bike light. If you see, like if you go to back to product, you can see it will click on this using a partial link test. And the third step, what I'm doing is I wanted you people to show a tag name, right? So tag name, this won't bring one element. So you need to use find elements. And I collected all these things in a array list. In the upcoming tutorial, you'll see like what is array list, or else you can go through core Java topics to understand the list. So this will print me how many links available in that portal. And the final one, the class name, which we discussed already. This is the one. Okay, guys. Now hopefully you understood all these tags. Let's run and check what's happening. So web initialization is done. Browser is launched. Call this. Wait for some time and quit the browser. I click run as Java application. So it entered the username using the ID, entered the password using a name, clicked on login button using link text is used, back to products, click on by click using a partial link test, back to products, clicked on using the class name, clicked on the icon. And if you see it's printed how many links are available. Means like our tag name also working fine. So that's it for today, guys. So today in this tutorial, people learned like how to automate the browser and basics of Selenium locators. In upcoming tutorial, I am going to show you people how to create a different kind of XPath and CSS selector. And also we are going to see all the inbuilt commands in the Selenium library, which we are going to use often. In case like if you see here, I used send keys. This is one of the inbuilt command. I used click. This is one of the inbuilt command. I used quit. This is also an inbuilt command. Like that, we have a lot of functions which you will be using in your project. So we'll discuss on that later. Thanks. Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Thank you. Bye.